Alright guys, so this is Crooked Man episode 8. I know my mouth is not synced with the face cam that's going on right now, but that's because the audio was all messed up with this since I got this new Behringer Euphoria and I didn't fix it yet, and so there's no audio. But hopefully you guys find this entertaining to watch, as I'm probably going to, I don't know, tell a story or read a story or something. So, yeah, I hope you guys like this, and, yeah. Alright guys, so I've decided to read a couple scary stories, so let's get in the mood. Turn your lights off, make sure no one's gonna walk in while you're listening or anything, and yeah, let's go if any stories come up. Alright, so the heading on this is, whether you believe in ghosts or not, it's tough not to get freaked out when you're alone and you hear something bump in the night, or even hear a voice. The stories below will freak you out, so it's best to read these with someone, preferably a friend, and not a stranger you've decided to creep up behind on the street. Why would you do that? Alright. I might fiddle around with the words, but here we go. The cell phone. A couple of months ago, my friend's cousin, a single mother, bought a new cell phone. After a long day of work, she came home, placed her phone on the counter, and went to watch TV. Her son came to her and asked if he could play with her new phone. She told him not to call anyone or mess with the text messages, and he agreed. At around 11:20, she was drowsy, so she decided to tuck her son in and go to bed. She walked to his room and saw that he wasn't there. She then ran over to her room to find him sleeping on her bed with the phone in his hand. Relieved, she picked her phone back up from his hand to inspect it. Browsing through it, she noticed only minor changes, such as a new background, banner, etc. But then she opened up her saved pictures. She began deleting the pictures he had taken, until only one new picture remained. When she first saw it, she was in disbelief. It was her son sleeping on her bed, but the picture was taken by someone else above him. It showed the left half of an elderly woman's face. Creepy. So this next story is called Ghost Bro. This doesn't sound creepy at all. My house was built in 1904. It is a single-family home, wood frame setting on a concrete block foundation. I've been living here for about 12 years. Of all the weird things that my sibling and me have seen or heard in this house, this one event is my favorite. This happened to my brother about 10 years ago. My brother and his best friends had started a garage band, mostly playing Spanish rock, alternative music, but in Spanish. His friends could only get together on Sunday afternoons. They would practice into the early evening, and they would usually call it quits by 8 p.m. This was the time I usually showed up and went to bed, 'cause I worked the graveyard shift. This happened in late fall, so the days were getting shorter. They had just finished a long session when the decision to head out to someone else's house came about. My brother handed his car keys to his buddy so they could load up the equipment. Everyone had filed out of the basement, but the tricky part was that they needed to walk all the way to the back of the basement, up to the back stairs, through the kitchen doorway, down the hall into the living room, and out into the front porch. Everyone was outside, sitting in my brother's truck, waiting for him. My brother was walking up the back stairs when he remembered that he had left his pancakes in a to-go container sitting on a speaker in the basement. He made the decision to go back. Now, the basement is not clean, with full sight lines. There had been partitions made, and the boiler and main heating unit are right smack in the middle. So after my brother walks back, he is about to retrieve his food container when he sees it out of the corner of his eye. It is a shadowy figure right at his peripheral vision. This feeling of dread and uneasiness washed over my brother. We had been taught that if you are in the presence of a spirit or ghost and you felt a bad vibe, to say a quick prayer or to cuss at it. My brother chose the latter. He basically just told it, "Hey, F you, I don't have time for this." My brother started to walk back to the back of the basement and briskly up the stairs, closing doors and turning off lights as he was walking out. The last light switch is on the opposite side of the front door. Luckily, the door was open, and the light from the street lamp was flooding the living room with its amber light. My brother said he felt something at his back, but at no point did he turn around. As he flicked the last switch, the living room went dark, as did the rest of the house. As he stepped out, he pulled on the door, closing it behind him, still holding his food container in one hand as he jogged the front porch steps. He walked towards the front gate. Our house resides far from the main street, essentially having a large front yard, but no rear garage. As he closed the gap between himself and his friend-laden truck, he kind of smiled and thought things over in his head, mad at himself for spooking out when there was no reason. He climbed into the driver's side of the truck, putting on his seatbelt and getting ready to pull out of the parking spot directly in front of the house, when one of his friends asked, "Hey, wait, what about your brother? Isn't he coming with us?" My brother answered, "What do you mean? He went to work early tonight. He is already gone. Do you see his car anywhere?" The next question they asked, "So then who was walking behind you when you were leaving the house?" Spooky. Alright guys, so that's all the stories I wanted to do, but hopefully you guys kinda like those stories. I'll just let you listen to the music now and watch. Hopefully this music is creepy enough for you, but yeah. If you guys did like those stories, please leave a like and let me know in the comments so I know to do more. Alright. Hope you liked the video.